I asked people, okay, what is the purpose of business? And most people will say to make money. I said, yes, economic survival, economic prosperity is part of making money. But if it's your purpose, then you're going to compromise your values. So the purpose has to be bigger than that.
The name Century Marketing has its roots back in a Bible story. Matthew 8, 5 through 13 talks about a centurion that went to Jesus Christ and asked him to heal his servant that was sick. The thing I love about that story is that he showed great care for his servant, great care for his people, which Jesus obviously exhibits. He also had great faith. He believed that Jesus Christ could heal his servant. And lastly, he came humbly. And he asked the Lord for help because he knew he couldn't do it. And that's the things I want us to do as a company, everywhere we go and everybody we see, that would be kind of left as a remnant for how we do business.
I think it's important as a business person that I understand my economic responsibility, I understand my environmental responsibility to do the best I can to protect our environment. I understand our social responsibility to help create a society that actually benefits and encourages and strengthens people, and to also have spiritual impact with our employees and our community and even the world.
And I sat down with the employees and said, what do we need to do to be successful? And they said, we need more products. Adhesive buildup on food pans and containers. So when you have to label the food pans to meet FDA food codes, the labels and adhesives would not come off the food pans. So I fortunately was blessed to run into a material when I was overseas and found a water-soluble, 100% biodegradable material. I got some of that material, tested it with the team, and it worked. It actually dissolved in 30 seconds or less in any water temperature. So from that point on, the business grew 900% in the next 10 years. We moved 5 times in 10 years, and we went out and just dominated the marketplace. You got to keep in mind, we were probably at that point number 5 or number 6 in the market. 2006, we were number 1 in North America.
Business excellence is treating all of your suppliers, customers, employees with respect, and to be treated as you would want to be treated, as in the golden rule, which is part of our mission. We had a particular supplier that did a flagpole for us at one of our buildings. In fact, it was the one that was done by the contractor that went bankrupt. And so our CFO talked to this flagpole installer and basically paid him even though we didn't really have the need to. Years go by, and we're actually now installing a new flagpole out in front of the current building. He said, I just want to let you know that the guys that work here are honorable men because the contractor I was working for years ago owed me money to put a flagpole in, and I know you guys paid the bill to me even though you didn't owe it to me. And I never forgot that. I've told many people about the fact that you paid me even though you didn't have to because of the situation.
I was with the company maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and I had a meeting with my staff. Literally within 10 minutes of that meeting starting, there was a knock on my door, and it was Al, and Al said, come with me. Al was engaged with a employee from the maintenance department, and they were talking about spiritual matters, and this employee wanted to give his heart to the Lord, and Al wanted me to join in on that. That quickly made me realize the priorities of what Al was about in running this corporation.
Came up with a line about a year ago called, I live life and God does stuff. My job is to live life to its fullest, to really embrace God, to embrace life, to embrace my family, just to live life. But the outcome is really up to the Lord.
I live life and God does stuff. I can hear Al walking through the hallways saying that. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's Al. That's us.
I was a Christian in business. Al and others changed my thinking to where today I'm a Christian businessman called to be in business. That sounds like they're so close together. In reality, they're a million miles apart.
I believe that what Al and others have tapped into, and here at CMC Group, what we're trying to live out, is the idea that you are who you are everywhere that you go. And you have the freedom here at CMC Group to live that out. And that's what really creates change in people's lives.
It's a continued journey. Life is a journey, and this business that we run here has been a journey for us. And we've seen God exalt us in moments where we've been successful and help us in moments where we've been unsuccessful. And in all cases, God's been faithful to us and helped us see the way through.
I want other people to be able to say the same thing, that they understand that God's Spirit's on them to go do the same thing. One of my life verses, which is Isaiah 61, The Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is upon me, because he's anointed me to preach good news to the poor, to proclaim freedom to the captives, recovery sight for the blind, release from oppression, and to proclaim the favorable year of the Lord. We can set captives free. We can give sight to the blind. We can release people from oppression. I don't know anybody in the world that can do it better than marketplace leaders, because we get to talk to everybody all the time. It's a beautiful thing. Go do it.